Well, viewers, we're cutting across to some more breaking updates that we are picking up with respect to that very controversial National Herald case that was being investigated by the Enforcement Directorate. Now, in this, we are learning an update with the three Congress leaders, in fact, have been summoned in the National Herald case by the Enforcement Directorate. Next week is what we're being given to understand, as more and more Congress leaders are being called in for questioning. We had seen that very massive protest that had also broken out, that had in fact turned violent, when we had seen that Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi in fact had also been summoned in the same matter in the National Herald case, where they were being interrogated and they were being questioned by the investigating authorities. And now we are seeing that more and more Congress leaders that are being summoned in the National Herald case. Now three more Congress leaders that are being summoned by the Enforcement Directorate in the National Herald case, which will give us more details as to how this entire scam was being carried out by the top leaders of the Congress party as well. And we are getting some more inputs from our senior editor, Shravan Sen, who's joining me on the broadcast now. Shravan, tell our viewers more about these three more Congress leaders that are now being summoned by the Enforcement Directorate to be questioned in the National Herald case, Shravan.
Well, in fact, Priyanka, the confirmation that we have from our sources within the Enforcement Directorate is that three summons have already been sent out by the Enforcement Directorate in the National Herald case. In fact, the Congress leaders have been asked to appear for the Enforcement Directorate's office in the national capital. This comes after the questioning that has taken place of Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi. In fact, we are being told that there is a possibility that more number of leaders would be called in for questioning by the Enforcement Directorate sometime early next week, is what we are being told. As of now, three summons have been confirmed. We're being told that the leaders are from Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. As far as their role is concerned, Priyanka, that's not very clear at this point in time. But just to put this into perspective in terms of the investigation that has been carried out so far, Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi were called in multiple times for questioning by the Enforcement Directorate, and this was primarily with regards to certain investments that had come in, and the very fact that they were the shareholders in Young India. The question here is that there are other Congress leaders who have also been involved. The fact that you've had Mallikarjun Kharge, who was called in for questioning by the Enforcement Directorate, and thereafter several others also were examined by the Enforcement Directorate. For instance, the former Union Minister Pawan Bansal was also questioned by the Enforcement Directorate. Now, the role of these three leaders from Andhra Pradesh and Telangana is not very clear at this point in time, because the information has just come in, Priyanka. Perhaps more clarity to come in a little later as we try to gather more information.
Well, all right, Shravan there getting us the latest as far as the National Herald case is concerned, where three more Congress leaders, as Shravan was also pointing out, have been summoned by the Enforcement Directorate. And of course, we are getting you all the updates as far as this latest development is also concerned, because Sudarshan Reddy, Geeta Reddy and Shabir Ali are the three Congress leaders who have been summoned by the Enforcement Directorate. And these are the Congress leaders who will be questioned by the investigating agencies, by the Enforcement Directorate. These are the leaders from Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. And we are getting you all the updates as far as what their role had also been in this entire scandal that had come to light, for which the top tier of the Congress party had also been questioned. So, Shravan, if you can still hear me, could you put this into perspective for our viewers who are just joining in with respect to the investigation that has already gone on so far, and how do these three leaders also fit into this further course of investigation that will be carried out by the Enforcement Directorate?
Well, Priyanka, at this point in time, the role of these three leaders from the Congress party is not clear. Perhaps more clarity to come in only at a later stage. All that we can confirm at this point in time is with regards to Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi, who've already been questioned by the Enforcement Directorate, primarily their role in Young Indian, and the fact that in this particular case, what's important to point out here is that action in terms of the Enforcement Directorate, in terms of attachment, hasn't really taken place. It has in the past, but are we to expect some more developments to take place? There is a high possibility of that happening, but perhaps we're expecting this to happen only after the examination of all leaders connected to the National Herald.
Well, all right, Shravan Sen there getting us all the updates with respect to the National Herald case, viewers, and we are tracking for you when it comes to the developments and the leaders, the new names